Hello everyone, welcome to replay number 16 of Battle for Middle-earth 2. Let's take a look at... Well, this one says next replay for sure. Let's load that one. I actually have no idea what this is. I know it's in Udun. That's about as far as I can remember. Guess we'll find out. Alright, I am the destroyer here. Conrad is the dwarves. The top right, bottom right, we have the long con. And over here we have me, Dot, is Isengard in the bottom left. Alright, so Mordor, can only see Mordor. So this is a 4-player free-for-all. 4,000 resources. So that is what this game is. 4-player free-for-all on Udun. So it looks like I'm opening with a stables. I'm going to elect to play some cavalry early game. Dwarves, they are just going for a barracks. Nothing too exciting there. Mordor has decided to go orcs, so he's going to spam some orc warriors. And we have alerts coming quickly from my base, from the Isengard team in the bottom left. Looks like he's doing a little scouting. Good idea. Also saves him from having to use the sight power. Here comes my Theoden. Looks like I'm going to get Rohirrim, not going straight for Gondor Knights. And here I make a mistake by building my farms too far away from my fortress. I do that quite often just because I like spacing things out evenly. And I don't like building them right next to my fort. But I have decided to fix that problem. And Theoden against Lert's not a very good fight for Theoden to be in. Dwarves have bought Gimli. Easily the strongest dwarven hero. And let's see. Isengard has built some pikemen. He's already got a forge works. That's pretty scary. So he'll be producing upgraded units very quickly, and I'm not sure I'll be able to deal with that. So hopefully I'll be going down to harass Isengard. He is building pikemen, and nothing but pikemen, so good play by him. He is building the counter. And Mordor's got some towers going. He's got some orcs. So his base is looking safe-ish. Not much going on, so let's go back over here. I've unmounted my Theoden, so I could actually not lose him to pikemen. I've switched all my cavalry to bow mode, because trampling these pikemen doesn't really sound like a good idea. But I'm going to lose a lot here, quite frankly. Looks like I do trample the pikemen anyway. Very bad play. And things are not looking good for me here at all. So I'm building some Gondor soldiers to try and counter these pikemen here. Quite frankly, I can't do it with cavalry, that's for sure. I probably should have went and harassed the guy with my Rohirrim instead of using them defensively. But I did not want to lose the game. So I guess I can understand my decision. He does have alerts here, and I'm surprised he's not sending him in. Because there's nothing really that anyone can do about it. I guess he wanted some reinforcements. And so he will continue to put them out. I do have Udun still. And it looks like there's a little dwarf army there as well. Hopefully not going to attack me. That would be unfortunate. And here comes a horde of orcs. There is an army able to deal with that in this tunnel. So here comes the dwarven army. He will lose his mind chapped, yes, but there's a lot of orcs though. He has to use his army just to stop this horde. It's a good play by Longcon, splitting up his troops, not just going one blob of orcs. Over here, meanwhile, I have lost my stables, looks like, and now I'm just going straight swordsman. Swordsman and Theoden. I think that's a good transition. Not great, but I mean, he doesn't have a work pit yet. What is this he's building? He's now building a work pit though. So here we go. My troops technically have advantage here because of leadership. Well, I have 50% damage. He has upgraded weapons. I'm not actually sure which one is statistically better, but this weapon upgrade on pikemen isn't really going to help against buff swordsmen. But his swordsmen also have our weapons. I don't know if he has armor yet. Has he purchased armor? No. So he does not have armor, but he does have Kribe. I mean, he will slaughter all my men. Looks like the dwarves were able to fight off the hordes of orcs here. Got some Easterlings now. And a Nazgul.
Here they come!
Nazguls are amazing against the dwarves. It's because they're so fast. And dwarves are not. Let's take a look at Mordor's base. He has quite the base, I'd say. These Haradrim towers, or Haradrim palaces, have towers on the top because it looks like he upgraded them on a level 3. These towers are actually pretty strong, turns out. So I mean, any aerial units at least, which there will be none because none of the other teams have any, would be very hard pressed to fight that base. Or just any crappy melee units in general. Looks like I got a Boromir here. Looks like it's I really need the horn of Gondor. I'm in a bad spot, that's for sure. So I'll continue to die here. Meanwhile, dwarves are attacking goblins, Mordor. I guess I could give him another player name. Conrad. Conrad's attacking Longcon here. He does have a forward mine. Always a good idea when you're dwarves to make a forward mine to try and get into the battle quicker. And having the dwarven heroes like he does would be a big bonus for him. There's no real threat here, unless he gets too close to the fortress. And now he'll start being pelted with arrows. Nazgul though, great for taking out little, ooh. He's lucky he didn't lose his Nazgul. Great for taking out archers and whatnot. Let's go back over here. There are now Warg Riders on the field, upgraded. And he does have the armor as well, so I think. Maybe not. There's just weapons. So yeah, there's not much I can do here. I mean, all I really have is some soldiers. I do have some rangers now, though. And I do still have Boromir. Well, I had Boromir. He will undoubtedly die right here. He's very low in life. This lurch should be focusing Boromir. But I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe I think he'll miss out on the experience though if he's not there. But he's already level 5, I guess it doesn't affect him too much. So yeah, they've completely wiped out my defenses. Not great. Meanwhile, Mordor is having trouble fighting off this forward base of the dwarves. And he's going to be hard pressed to stop them with a flood of orcs. Orcs are good, but they're not. And they die so easily. And they don't actually do that much damage. So they're as good as meat shields, really. I have heard that their damage is increased in, like, numbers. Like, big numbers. But I don't know if that's true or not. And I don't know if that's true for 1.6 either. So who knows? Because I heard that when I was playing Xbox version of this game. It was many, many years ago in a galaxy far, far away. So Mordor does have a decent army though, don't get me wrong. He does have the Nazguls, which lowers all of these troops. So actually he has the superior army if you don't count the Dwarven heroes. But it's just, he has the Dwarven heroes. So he's going to continue to harass my farms. I can't really get much money here, it looks like. But I have managed to make a barricade dormitory expansion. So I've garrisoned up a couple things of Athelians, and I have now a defensive tower, more or less, to help me defend my base. So that helped me out a lot. I do also have the Horn of Gondor now, seeing as I am level 3. And tower guards as well to help me with these these warg riders. But I will lose my archer range. Very expensive for me to lose. You can see these dormitory expansions are very good. But with his armor upgrade, which he now definitely has, it'll be difficult for me to hold off. You know, all the dwarves still have this little base here. Looks like he ran in Gloin just to get rid of one of these. I don't know how much that was worth doing. I guess Gloin is cheaper to rebuild than doing a whole nother Haradrim Palace and fully upgrading it, because that is an expensive endeavor. What levels is Gimli here? Gimli is level 5, but Slayer's on cooldown. Looks like I managed to chase off the Uruk-hai for once. I do have 2 groups of pikemen, a group of Athelians still, and I do have Boromir. So I'm not out yet, but I feel it's only a matter of time. If this Uruk-hai could play correctly. Not that he's not playing correctly, but I mean, like, really all he needs is like 1 ballista and I would be kind of screwed. But he doesn't build a ballista, to the best of my knowledge. So we'll watch this little battle go on here. The eternal struggle between dwarves and orcs. If I recall correctly, this is a very long replay. So there's that. I don't know how much I'll be able to fast forward through, because it might close the replay if I fast forward too much. I've had that happen many times. I'm going through like an hour replay just to have it crash. It's really time consuming and annoying. Uruk's decided to take the signifier. It's a good call. Speaking of signifiers, let's look at the powers. Mordor has the barricade. I feel it's a pretty... I like the barricade. It's pretty good. I like it better than like the tower, the lone tower, and the dwarven one, which is... don't really... Axe Tower, I guess. I don't know what it's called. And then he has War Chant. I have War Chant. I guess that's Rallying Call. Same thing. And Heal. Isengard, he has a Creebane and Industry, and he has 10 power points. It's 11 now. So you can get another power if you wanted to. It is called Lone Tower. Okay, they're both called Lone Tower. Dwarves have Lone Tower, Heal, and Dwarven Riches, so Dwarves are doing quite well on the power points front. Both these teams with the Industry are going to have a much easier time. Especially against someone like me who has 1 farm. I have 3 farms now, but for now. And he does have Saruman out now. It's a good choice. Saruman is very powerful. He also has Wormtongue. Another good hero. Against troops, Wormtongue isn't actually that bad. He's not great, but it could be worse. Once he gets level 6, that backstab will come in handy for killing Boromir. Also, Crowed Allegiance is just nasty. Being able to steal enemy heroes for, I think it's a certain amount of time. The dwarves still have this defensive front. They cannot. The orc can't seem to get through. So until he gets rid of this mineshaft, he's going to have trouble getting to the dwarves or getting the dwarves out of his base at all. Looks like I do have Tom Bombadil now. And it looks like I completely wasted him by his positioning. And I will continue to lose the rest of my farms, sadly. This wasn't very well played by me, I must admit, but I don't know what I could have done differently, honestly. I mean, he got his upgrades very quickly, and he took out my farms. I wasn't able to defend. Now he can just bring in upgraded troops, and I can't do anything about it. I think if he just brought a bigger army all at once, he'd probably kill me off pretty easily. With a siege weapon. If he just brought 1 battering ram even. Battering ram take my fort out, no problem. It's like there's a white here. Two of his Nazguls are level 6, so they do have the power to do that. The Mortal Blade. And here comes Mordor attacking Uruk-hai. I didn't know this happened. But looks like he's decided to back off. He actually has broken through the Dwarven defense. Dwarven defense has moved up here. Or Dwarven offense, I should say. Their little encampment, if you will. So it looks like I'm finally being left alone for a minute. And the first thing I do is send out a counterattack of pikemen. Not a good idea, really. Because I mean, there's this army still out here. Yeah, there's not much I can do to the Urukai. Make him fear me. One Nazgul does go down. 2 Nazguls go down. I don't see the third one. I'm assuming it went down as well. Oh, no, he's right there. So now the dwarves have brought in catapults. So Mordor's in trouble here. He has used a Gorgar Spire. That must be what this black spot is. Or maybe that one. Maybe that's how he got rid of that defensive camp over there. Alright, let's go back to my base. Saruman knocks down my dormitory expansion. Bad news for me. These guys are fully upgraded, so that didn't do much. That's just a crappy little arrow volley from these guys with the power. And once again, I actually managed to sneak in a farm. But now he's on my fortress. But he actually had the army to kill my fort, but he ran away. Which he really shouldn't have done. And Mordor is just continuing to send orcs into this flood of dwarves coming out. He really desperately needs to get rid of these catapults, which perfect counter for catapults is Fell Beast. There is a lot of archers here though, and an axe tower. Looks like he managed to squash most of them before they even get a shot off, so that's good. Played by Long Con. So it does have these barricade expansions. Very helpful for defending your base. But he has to stop the Dwarven heroes first before he'll feel safe. Oh, he's gonna lose his Nazgul. So close. Fell Beast, I mean. Meanwhile, I do have the ivory tower just so I can see everything for some reason. So I wanted to see the rest of the map, I guess, before I died. Because I'm pretty sure I have accepted the fact that I'm going to die here. Yeah, I'm not even building troops. Nothing I can do really. But I am building a barracks over here. So I will not be out right away, but it's only a matter of time. And the Fell Beast from the Long Con is freaking out on this tower here. If you've never seen a Fell Beast on a fortress, you can tick that off your list of things you've seen. Here comes the Gorgar Spire. Oh yeah, devastating. But very few archers died there, so we'll lose this Fell Beast. Sad day for Mordor. So Gimli has been poison bladed. That's Morgul bladed. If this going gets level 10, it'll be game over for Mordor, that's for sure. Looks like the ring has been dropped as well. The ring is on. Looks like it was killed by a dwarven mineshaft, so that's odd. And my fortress is now gone. Everything else is gone. Except for that little base I was building on the side. So Urukai, Isengard, whatever, has defeated me pretty well. I feel he could have done a lot quicker by building one of these a lot quicker, but whatever. I guess he can farm me for power points. Maybe that's how he's thinking. So now he's going to attack dwarves. And the dwarves' little offensive front is going to be in trouble. But he is doing quite a bit of damage against this Mordor fortress. The catapult needs to be killed very quickly. There we go. Put that down. The Mordor fort should be okay. He can continue the orc spam. keep units in front of his fortress. And the dwarves are probably going to have to retreat at some point. Here comes the dwarven heroes. This Wormtongue is level 9. Holy cow. One more level he'll be able to steal heroes. And he does a backstab, which is very powerful. So I think Mordor will be able to push through this base, because the dwarves are going to be forced to go defend his own base. So, unfortunate for the dwarves to get double teamed, but that is free for all. And the dwarves are the one putting the pressure on Mordor, so it's really not Mordor's fault. And it looks like Wormtongue is actually now level 10. So that should be interesting, because they have killed Gimli. And possibly Gloin as well. Nope, Gloin's here. There's an Undermine. Because he can. It is good for knocking an army down. If you use this under catapults, it will actually destroy the catapults, so it can be used offensively. And Mordor is able to destroy this forward base. Lucky for them that I got stomped to the point where I had to no longer be relevant. So Uruk-hai could come over here and attack Conrad at his base. I'm not going to call him by his name because his name is me, and then it'd sound like I was referring to myself. So I will just continue to call me, or I could call him ME, I guess. But whatever. So ME is going to continue to take out his farms, tunnels, I guess. It's going to put the dwarves in a bad spot, losing most of his tunnels.
The phalanx will bring some order.
He doesn't actually have that many resources, but he does have the ability to build a full army at the moment. Now he's starting to lose army capacity with each mineshaft. Isengard does have a Watcher, so that should come into play at some point, and he almost has his 25 power point. And here comes the Watcher on the Mordor troops, completely obliterating all these little orcs. Very destructive. The Watcher used to hit everyone back in Xbox, at least. Like, you wouldn't want to summon any of your own troops because it would kill your own troops as well. Doesn't seem like it does that anymore. So that pretty much defeats Mordor's army, but they were mainly consistent of orcs, so I mean, not hard for him to build more orcs, as you can see. He's already got a full army again, pretty much. And he didn't actually get many power points off that. Let's go back up here. Yeah, I'd imagine the dwarves are having a tough time at this point. I don't see the ring. Looks like Mordor managed to snag the ring. Probably with the Nazgul. It's a good play by him. Getting the ring will be very useful. But at the same time, that will make him a target. The ring basically paints a bullseye on your fortress. So you gotta be careful when you pick that up. And there comes Saruman putting in work. Absolutely wrecking these orcs, along with Lurtz and the army. He does have the mouth. Mouth is level 4. His evil eye is not nearly as powerful as it used to be in 1.0. But it's pretty garbage now, honestly. I don't agree with the fact that it used to be able to one-shot heroes, but still, it should be a little bit stronger than it is. Because Mordor kind of needs it for armor killing, I feel. Or hero killing, I mean. Because none of the heroes are particularly offensive, except for the Witch King, which is extremely expensive. So he does have another Gorgoth Spire up. So that could come into play at some point. So it seems like Urkai decided to stop attacking dwarves and start attacking Mordor. Probably for the best. I've actually managed to get his stables up. I don't have much else. I'm kind of sticking to the outer ring, just hoping I don't get found. But I'm sure I will be finished off at some point. Yes, that's right. Isengard is building a base, forward base, next to the dwarves. And I was actually able to see this while I was alive, so I told the dwarves about it in-game. Just as a annoyance to the Isengard, because he was a real prick. I mean, not literally, but just like, he was killing my guys, so. And now he's decided that he's seen farms to go and finish me off. But the dwarves do know about this little base here. And here comes some Gondor soldiers. My first unit of the past like 10 minutes. But it's quite irrelevant, quite frankly. It's a little too late. And I won't be able to save my base here. Even if I do manage, the dwarves would kill me. And great use of Rohirrim. Running right into pikemen. Yeah. I think I was just running for my life. Probably didn't even know they were there. But it does not matter. My base is gone. As you can see, there's 3 armies converging on what I have left. So I'm pretty much out of the game here. And that's for the best. Now if you have a sick dog, put it down. I mean like chronically ill, not like just it's kind of cold. Mordor does have a defensive perimeter of Rodrum palaces now. And you can see Destroyer has been defeated. So I am now out of the game. Thank God for that. That leaves these 3 to focus on each other. As if they weren't already. But they stopped for a minute. And hopefully one of them will die off. And then leaving the last one. Here's something you don't see every day. A Mama Kill pin. Mama Kill is very strong against structures, very strong against units that don't have pikes in their hands. Other than that, not very good. They're definitely better in 1.6 than they are in 1.0, I will say that. Using them in 1.0 is kind of a joke, really? But 1.6 isn't much better for using them. It's still kind of a joke. They should be a little stronger for what they are. Too bad they don't have the... Mordor doesn't have the siege unit from 1.8. It's like this giant battering ram thing with a wolf's head or whatever. It's so cool. It's that thing they break down Minas Tirith Gate in the movies with. It is super awesome. It's like 7,500 resources to build it. If you haven't checked out 1.8, I'd recommend checking it out. It is the most balanced version of the game. It has the most bug fixes. And I feel it's actually the best, but no one plays it really, so... whatever. You gotta play what most people are playing. Which is fine. You know, 1.6 is perfectly fine. There's a few bugs that annoy me here and there, but for the most part, it's the same Battle for Middle-earth that I've always loved, and will continue to love. So the dwarves don't have much of a base. I mean, he's got... it's not bad, I guess. He does actually have that. I didn't see the dwarf... the hall expansion. So that is filled with troops for defense. If I had to guess, I would guess Mordor would be the next player knocked out of this match. If I didn't know for fact already, because I slightly remember. But the ring will play a factor, I'd imagine. And the fact that he's just in the middle of both of them. He has an outrageous amount of Haradrim palaces, I must say. Pretty nuts. I don't even think an Earthquake gets rid of a fully upgraded Haradrim palace. It might. I'm not sure. He does have attack trolls now, though. Attack trolls and pikemen. Good combo. The Fell Beasts against Isengard are going to come into play quite effectively here. Looks like there's a simultaneous attack from catapults here, but he actually kind of made a mistake there by getting close. And as you can see, these Haradrim towers are actually firing fire arrows off of them, because I think it equips the unit on top with the fire arrows like you have, or something. It's kind of weird. Although I don't think he actually has fire arrow upgraded. Who knows? I think you need a tavern for that, and I don't think he has one. Oh! As you can see, a mine just went off. Looks like he does have some forward siege works, and he's trying to make some mine play here. Mine would be a great way to take down this fort. Here comes everyone's favorite unit, the Mumakil. It is my favorite unit, looks-wise. It's super cool. I mean, look at that thing. Freaking sick. But, not very good. Against this army, actually, a Mumakil wouldn't be bad if this wasn't here. And even then, I think it'd still be pretty good. Because it has this trample ability. Charge attack. And they do also have spear throwers on top, which is good. It's kind of like a mobile archery pen thingy. Call it what you will. So yeah, one of the see how quickly the Mumakil died. It's sad. One of the weaker teams late game is Uruk-hai, or Isengard. I will call them Uruk-hai all the time, so just get used to that. Because that's basically what they are. But Isengard is a weaker team later game, I feel. They don't have as many options. Their archers are very crappy. I don't feel they're very good. I mean, there's a few teams with crappy archers, but I don't know. Like against an armored army, these are pretty bad. They're good against these Mordor troops, though. None of them have armor, and they're all pretty low health. But against like a fully upgraded Dwarven army, it'd be pretty difficult. So, these are gonna do quite a bit of damage here. Looks like Balthasaran has been taken over by ME, or Isengard. So he used Wormtongue's level 10 ability on Balthasaran. Randaman died to his own fortress. Good play by Isengard. So yeah, now Mordor has to fight off the double siege. That won't be easy. catapult's easily the best catapult in the game. Trebuchet is probably the next one from the men. Although, I mean, mountain giants and ents aren't bad. Ents are, ents are not great either. Especially since they die so easily to fire arrows. But, slowly but surely, the dwarves will break through this. And the Roar Spire does not actually kill these. That is unfortunate for him. I'm sure he was counting on that happening, but maybe if he hit him directly, since they were kind of in the outer blast radius, maybe it didn't do enough damage. Not sure. Any more mines coming? I feel if he just would have rushed mines and kept pumping mines in. Oh. Yes, actually, in fact, there was a mine. So, there goes Mordor's fort. So, if you're ever having trouble with sieges, mines, mines are effective. They're not always easy to use, but they are effective nonetheless. So Mordor has retreated over here. He is building a new fort, it looks like. Yep, so Longcon will build a fortress here. He's managed to save a few battalions of troops. Here's a... yeah. Not the best use of orcs. Ooh, attack troll against these is pretty disastrous. You should really switch these guys over to here. Yeah, not before losing like, was it $5,000 worth of catapults? Well, he only lost 4, I guess. $4,000 plus the fire things. It's only 1,200, I believe. It's a lot of money. Speaking of money, let's look at the money of it. Dwarves actually don't have much money. But they almost have the level 25 power. They have purchased 2 level 15 powers. So Earthquake is coming. Or Dwarven Citadel, I guess. Isengard has the ability to purchase a level 25 power. He has 2 level 15 powers. And he's just going to lose the rest of his buildings here. Looks like he's salvaging what he can. Saving all the money. And Mordor does not have a fortress, but he does have Worm and Barricade and a couple other things. Oops. And he has taken Gimli. Gimli has been stolen. He's really his slayer. While he has control of it. Okay, he is on cooldown, it just wasn't showing it. Or he's just used it. No, he just used it, but it looks like it's already like halfway down. That's weird. Mordor does have a new fort now. So that's interesting. Whether he'll be able to come back from this or not is to be seen.
Here they come!
Ballistas are pretty good. I do like ballistas for as a siege weapon. I definitely prefer those, but these are actually way cheaper. I believe they're still 300 in this version. No, they're 500. So 500, still not bad. That's still half the price of a Dwarven catapult. But they don't get fire upgrades or anything. Which I'm kind of surprised they don't get any upgrades. There should be like a weapons upgrade for the ballista. Kind of like a red ballista. Like you're upgrading a spear. Since more or less that's what it is, just firing a spear. There's an explosive mine there. quickly dispatched explosive mine. So yeah, Gimli is going down. 1,500 resources for killing Gimli, as you see there. Isengard has 52,000 resources. Crazy. He's also summoned a Dwarven Citadel and a mineshaft thing to summon troops out. So it looks like he's going to try and press the dwarves. Or the... he is the dwarves. Try and press the Isengard team here. Meanwhile, Mordor is actually sort of making a comeback. I mean, he's got a fort, he's got a bunch of mine shafts, or not mine shafts, farms, slaughterhouses, as they're called. Nazguls are just way weak against arrows. I mean, look at this. Look how fast they die. Not very good for soaking up damage. But their level 2 ability and their mobility, very good. Here comes a worm. Unfortunately, everyone has ran away. But he did manage to finish off that furnace thingy. Is that what they're called? Yes. Actually, it looks like there's still a few... no. There is still one farm down here. Slaughterhouse. For Mordor. So he does have one of his higher farms out here. And he sees that and he puts industry on it. Good call. I would have done the same. Because that will be generating how much now? 103 per tick. Not bad. So Isengard's making a push on the dwarves now. It's going to be a constant back and forth here between the teams. He's undoubtedly building Sauron. He has money, as I've shown you. Yeah, he's down to 39,000, meaning he just spent a shit ton of resources. He also has the dragon. I wouldn't have chosen the dragon personally. Dragon Strike is much better. Although Dragon Strike probably would have died to this. Like if you summon Dragon Strike over the Mordor fortress, you'd probably die, maybe. The old Mordor fortress definitely, with all those Roger palaces. Oops, go back this. So yeah, this is a longer game, as you can tell. We're probably, I don't know, probably a little over halfway, but it's an interesting game. Not every game of Lord of the Rings is very short. Some of them drag on for hours. Not that I'll make a replay of an hours long game, but... or multiple hours, I mean. And I'll go an hour, you know, that's not bad. Or if I felt the game was worth it. This one I kind of feel was. Even though I'm knocked out, I still watched the rest of it, so... because I was curious who would win. The dwarves are Isengard. And if I had to put my money on someone, I'd put it on Isengard because of the Sauron that's undoubtedly coming. Sauron can be a game ender. Looks like Mordor has lost his second fort, so that's unfortunate for Mordor. He does still have 3 Nazguls though. And he's using the white power quite effectively to actually fight troops off. Oh. Nazgul got cripple strikes while mounting. He will die instantly to all these pikes. Unfortunate for him. So let's see if Mordor managed to escape again. He's building an orc pit back there and another fortress back here. So he's not dead yet. And he has this attack troll. Look at that, attack troll versus pikeman. He's winning. Only because they're not targeting him. He'd be dead instantly if they turned around and stabbed him. I don't know why he isn't. Yeah, dead now.
It's him. Clear out.
And there's Sauron, the man of the hour. Well, he's not really a man, but let's take a look at this guy. Oh yeah. So cool looking. I love Sauron. So with Sauron and an army to back him up, he should easily be able to crush these dwarves, I'd feel. Especially since he can steal Gimli with his Slayer and just nullify the dwarves' army completely. Looks like Mordor is forced to cancel his fortress here. He needs that money back. He probably does not have tons. He has 6,000, so he has an extra 1,000 if he does spend it on a fortress. But he is running into a dead end here. Here he goes. He sees that. Will he lose his builder? Oh, it's gonna be close. No. They actually didn't. But Mordor's forced to build an orc pit right there because this is his last structure. So Mordor will soon be out of the game. And then it will just be two big teams going at it. Hey, look at these Nazguls locking down this lurch pretty effectively. I mean, he's Carnage, but and he actually uses that to save his thing. No, he doesn't actually save him. I wouldn't personally use that, but whatever. I don't think that was necessary. But I don't think he'll need it. Where's Sauron at? Sauron's still here. Just has some Fires of Doom still. So that'll come into play. Ah. That must have been how Mordor's original fortress died. It was Dragon Strike. Right here. I didn't actually see it, but since it has been used, it's like halfway recharged. I think that's a safe assumption. Things are not looking good for the dwarves, I must say. Mordor does manage to get his builder all the way over here to the bottom of the map. Oh man. I don't know if they know he's there or not. My goodness, as he ran away from death. He's escaped death too many times. He does still have lumberers too. Laborers or whatever. But not much he can do with those unless he built a lumber mill. Okay, might actually know where the Mordor is, I'm not sure. Maybe he's just moving down here to attack the dwarf stuff, or make sure that Mordor does die. Covering all areas. Say he's moving around on multiple fronts. There's another dwarven citadel. I think at this point the dwarves are kind of falling apart. I mean, Isengard, easily the best team for resources. Let me look at that, it's outrageous. And he doesn't even have the lumber mill thing. He's just straight up going off of industry. Yeah, it's just industry, really. And Lurt's this passive thing where he gets money for kills. And that, I'm sure, is making a huge difference. Because killing a dwarven hero is like getting 1,000 or plus gold every time. And he's killed many dwarven heroes. So it looks like he's making an attack on the dwarves base now with 3 level 5 battalions. So that should be effective attack. He won't be able to take that out though. Doesn't look like. He does have 2 units garrisoned in that hall. There's Sauron. I think it's about time for Sauron to make a move out. Mordor still isn't dead, as you can see. Desperately trying to get that fortress back up. Although, I don't think he would have a chance even if it were to happen. For some reason he's running Sauron away from Udun. Ooh. That does a lot of damage, but against fully upgraded troops, it will not kill them. Avoiding level 10 is a force to be reckoned with, that is for sure. For certain. He could use this lightning power to kill these if he wanted to. Or these heroes himself. He has many options at his disposal to take care of all these things. Oh man, Gimli does so much damage. If only Wormtongue were here. Which I don't know why he isn't. Or better yet, he could just run Saruman up here and shoot this mine with a... Which is probably what he was going to do, but didn't do it quick enough. There are still units in the back of this guy's base. But they're being pecked away at. They're level 5 though. So they will replenish their troops, but it'll take a while. They'll probably all die before he even realizes he's being attacked. Which I don't think he does, because he has so many units going around. So really, all Isengard needs to do is just make one big final push against the dwarves and he'll probably crush him. He could literally do it with just an army of pikemen. I wouldn't even say go pikemen. There's nothing really to go pikemen to, you know. He has no battle wagons, so... And you don't really have to worry about Mordor because he has one Nazgul, unless it died. So I would go straight. I would stop building pikemen. Start building Uruk-hai swordsmen, because they are stronger against structures and against just troops in general. He has a lot of pikemen. And here comes Sauron. Doesn't look like he knows how to use Sauron correctly. If you click attack right after Sauron attacks, it will reset his attack animation, making him swing incredibly faster than he does normally. So you'd hit, click, hit, click, hit, click. It works pretty well. It's just one of those glitches, you know. But it's not really that bad. It's not like the Thranduil Deadeye glitch or anything. Which I hate. I hate quite a bit. A barrage. Probably not very much. Nope. I think he lost like one pikeman. Not even a battalion, just one pikeman. Another barrage. So I guess some time for Mordor. Still not gonna do much. Mordor probably will lose his fortress now that has been spotted by Isengard. See, I don't understand this. Like, why doesn't he send Sauron in to finish off the fortress instead of running him back home? Certain plays by this Isengard are questionable at best, but he is winning, so I guess you can't question it too much. And Mordor's just running around with his little war band, but he will do little to nothing. Doesn't even look like he'll find anything. Will he manage to get a builder out? His builder's right here. It's like he'll be cut off by the dwarves, though. Excuse me. And that is his last building, it looks like. So he has to build this orc pit, or he will be knocked out. Yeah, it looks like he finally managed to put those orc laborers to use. Personally, I think lumber mills are great. They generate a good amount of resources. Especially if you're Isengard and you have that power. So here comes a big battle. Oh, excuse me, that was not holding right click again. Isengard's trying to take out this dwarven base here. Like, late game Mordor orcs are very bad. Very bad. They have no upgrades, they have very little attack damage, very little health. I mean, they're just trash. I think one battalion of upgraded Uruk-hai warriors could kill like 5 battalions of orcs easily. Looks like the dwarves have found the last structures of Mordor. Or what I would have guessed to be the last structure, but no, he escapes death yet again. But it looks like Uruk-hai does see this. He does have that bird vision. So hopefully he kills off Mordor so he's able to focus more on the dwarves in this game. Because it is going quite long. As I said it would. So even orc warriors against the counter, they're supposed to counter these guys. I don't see much countering going on. They're taking little to no damage from these orc warriors. The armor just makes insane difference. It's not like he took any damage, really. And he knows where his last structure is. Longcon has now been defeated. He's escaped death too many times. And he will not get out this time. So he joins me in the graveyard as we spectate the rest of this game. So now is really the time for Uruk-hai to just push his advantage. He needs to get the Sauron over here, take down this fort. With Sauron, it should be no problem. All you have to do is rain of fire this. In fact, he does have Dragon Strike and Dragon now. He could take down this fort with just powers, I believe. If he summoned a dragon right here, some wildman here, and then just Dragon Strike the fort, I think he would kill it. Here comes a Watcher. Always a sight to behold. I absolutely love how the Watcher actually eats units. It's so cool. So it's Conrad versus ME period. Or dot. Saruman versus dwarves. Saruman, well, kind of. Isengard versus dwarves. I mean, Dwarven arms are still pretty tough. This may take a bit, you know. But, like I said, I think with powers alone he could take down his base if he did it correctly. And the ability to steal heroes is also very, very strong. In a straight up army fight, I think he would have had a advantage, dwarves. As you can see, his army won here. Here's the dragon. And because I installed 1.8, I think my dragon looks different. I think it looks like smaller or whatever. Pretty cool. I like that dragon quite a bit. A lot better than the original. And it looks like a dragon strike went off as well. So that fortress is done. And Conrad has been defeated. Maybe Dragon Strike didn't go off and he blew up his own fortress. I'm not sure. But the game is over. That was a good game. Well played to everyone involved. And yeah, that's been replay 16, I believe. And we'll see you in the next video for replay 17. Take care.